Hi, everybody. Just wanted to chat with you just a second about some of the tools that I use for my rug hooking. There's my pillow in the background. Can you see? It's waiting for my yarn to come in. Well, I got my yarn. I just don't have the dye. The dye hadn't come in yet. So I'm going to try to dye it this weekend. Hopefully it'll be in by this weekend. I'm going to try to dye it this weekend so I can hook next week. However, the issue is I have a quilt guild meeting that I'm going to go to. So when I do that, I always go by and see my mom. So I've got to go and check on her and make sure things are good with her. So Saturday might be a day that I cannot do it. But if I can, I'm going to do a short video on it to show you how I dye the yarn. And I'm going to start it from scratch, not knowing how the gray is going to work. I might make a big mistake on it, but I've got enough hanks of wool that if I make a mistake on the first one, maybe I can fix it before I decide exactly what color I want. So basically what I wanted to do today was show you the tools. And you can't get it all at one time. You have to build it up. And I'll show you what I use, and we'll go from there, okay? Now, I'm going to come down a little bit, do it like this so you can see. This is my set of the Oxfords. Now, believe me, I could not get them all at one time. I had to start out with one, and this is the one I started out with, the number 10. You make sure, yes, that's the number 10, and it'll show you on the end. This is the one I started out with, and this is the one that was suggested by Amy to start with, and so that's what I did. After I started working on it, and I did a couple of different things, then I decided, okay, maybe I can go a little bit further with this. So let me show you one of my little things that I've done with the 10. Now, all the ones that I've worked with before, and I've shown you, I did those with the 10, but let me show you this one. Forgot to get it when I was videotaping, so just let me get up here and do this. And I took it off its hanger, but this is one that I made. This is one of the very first ones that I did. It's my favorite. I need to fix it before Friday so I can get it. And it's not really that it's not fixed. It's just that I took it all, I unraveled it so that I could put it on one of our hangers. And so I'll got to put this out on the porch for Friday, which is tomorrow. Anyway, okay, so there's that one. Now, and that one I did with number 10. Now, let me show you. This one here is the number 14, the mini. This is the one that I'm going to be offering in all of my kits that I'm going to be offering for the holidays. I want to do beginner kit, and I want to offer the 14. And I think this would be a good one to start with instead of the 10, because to be honest with you, this is the bulky thread wool that you need for the 10 regular. And even though I absolutely love this size of thread, this is one of them that I dyed, it's bulky. It has to fit in the hole here, and it has to flow. And it's this size. Now, you can use a smaller thread and double it if you want to. In fact, that's what I did on my America rug. But I shouldn't have done that. I should have used the regular, or the fine. I should have used this one. But the problem is that I didn't have it yet. I only had one, so I had to revise what I was doing. And you can use any kind of thread. So if you need more, if you need a bigger thread to go inside here and you don't have it, then just double your thread and it'll work. But it's a learning curve. So maybe this one wouldn't be the best one. So that's the reason I've gone with this one. It's very small. It fits just a regular kind of yarn that you can get anywhere. And you can start with this, okay? So these are the ones I'm going to be offering in my kits, my beginner kits for the holidays. So be on the lookout for that one. They were shipped today, so it'll be a couple of days before I get them. Now, the other one is the Ultra Punch. Now, this is what I use for my punch needle. Now, notice how small the needle is. Okay, it's very difficult to see it on the way that I've got my camera, but it has different needles. I guess everything's backwards, but anyway, it has different size needles, and you can use it for different size threads. Now, this is the Valdani thread that I use for my regular size punch needle. It's 3-strand. You don't have to do anything with it. You just start using it. It's exactly the size that you need. Okay? So this is what comes in my kits. Also, you can use the wool. Now, my Primitive Blessings punch needle kit that I have, I'll be putting on the website this weekend. And the only reason it hasn't gone on there yet is because I haven't gotten these in. And as soon as these come in, I'll show you the kit. But this wool, beautiful, beautiful wool. It is Valdani's wool thread. And 100% wool. All hand-dyed. Now, I don't hand-dye these. They're hand-dyed with Valdani. And great, great pieces of wool. Okay, so that's the 2 threads that you can use. Now, you can use other things, but this is what I use. So, you know, if you decide to purchase one from me or anyone, just know that you've got different size needles that you can use for different size threads, and you need to actually practice with it until you decide what you like. It took me a little while to decide which ones I wanted and which ones I liked, what size I liked, what level I liked, you know, and stuff. So don't start out with something that is going to be really hard to do, because if you do, you're going to be unhappy because it might be that you aren't ready for that yet. Okay, the only other thing that I wanted to show you, oh, let me show you this. This is what I keep my Valdani thread in. I love this. And I bought it at Michael's, and really it's a jewelry case for people that sell jewelry. And I went in there and I thought, holy cow, that would be perfect for my Valdani. So I waited till I had a coupon, and then I went and bought it. Another thing that you want to use are these types of scissors. See? And they help you to, well, they're embroidery scissors, and they help you to go in and actually pull, you know, cut off your threads and get them even and whatever. And then, of course, one of the small here. So those are the kinds of tools that I use. And like I said, there's just so much. I'm going to show you fabric later in another video, but I wanted to start out with this, show you that you can't get everything all at one time. I mean, I guess you could, but I couldn't do that because, you know, Amy sets her prices. I don't set my prices for these. Amy sets her prices. So for the retail value on these, it's something that you want to invest in. And if you invest in these, then you'll want to take care of them because, you know, they're not inexpensive. They're not overly expensive, but they are 100% guaranteed for life. So if you ever have any difficulties with them, all you got to do is just ask Amy. And that's exactly what I did for my number 9. I had a problem with it, and it was pulling my thread, and or not my thread, but my fabric, and it was tearing my fabric. And I think that's what's wrong with my fabric that I messed up, is because my needle was messed up. And I just asked them, you know, can you help me with this? They're sending me another one. Of course, I got to send this one back, but they're sending me another one because it's 100% guaranteed for life. Okay, I think that's all I wanted to show you today. Again, I've got kits that I want to show you. I want to show you the different kinds of fabric that you would use. And other than that, that's all I wanted to show you today. So you guys have a great day. Have a nice evening. Have a good dinner. And we'll chat soon. Okay, bye, everybody.